What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Bible Study Corner, and today we're going to be talking about something that I realize a whole lot of people need to hear. A whole lot of people, and again, it's a good thing. Why are you laughing? I don't even know what that was about. But anyway, today we're going to be talking about something that I feel like needs to be discussed, or have a conversation on. And that's, I'm engaged. What now? A lot of people get married, they say, oh, yes, I do. Oh, my God. And you get so caught up in the moment that you forget about, okay, now this is getting serious. We need to take some steps. So me and my wife, we're gonna talk about a few things that I believe is gonna be helpful. And if you feel like it's not gonna be helpful, just to watch. It's as simple as that. But we're just gonna talk over a few things. Starting off with, and I feel like this is a must when it comes down to getting engaged or just saying that, yeah, I'll take your ring or whatever. I feel like it's very important to go ahead and look into marriage counseling. Like Martina said in the last video, get therapy. There's nothing wrong with therapy, and like I was saying, God moves through therapists, He moves through doctors, He moves through scientists, He moves through whoever He needs to move through. But sometimes therapy is needed. Like for instance, when you go to therapy, I'm not saying that specifically therapy does this, but sometimes when you go to marriage counseling, that helps bring out some of the things that you aren't addressing. It also help you, call out certain things that you ain't calling out. Because sometimes if you don't address it now, trust and believe, you're going to deal with it later. So, and therapy, I'm not going to keep saying therapy, but marriage counseling helps doing that, when you are just engaged. But what do you guys say?
Sometimes, yeah, like you said, it helps figure out what need to be said or what need to be discussed. But some people honestly does not like to talk to people that they don't know because they feel like they're being judged. So I always say go to somebody as well. But sometimes going to somebody not trying to be funny or nothing, it's better to go to somebody you don't know because they're outside of the picture and they can't be like, oh, child, it's my son or something like that, and I feel like you're wrong. Because I feel like if you're gonna go to marriage counseling, let out all secrets, all things, like even before y'all got married or before y'all got serious, all of that other stuff, like, oh, when we was dating, I did this and that third. Like, let it all out. So that when you get married and it come out, it's gonna be like, well, you didn't tell me that before we got married.
Yeah, we know.
But not even that, even the kid thing. I mean, a lot of people don't discuss that, and then when they get married, they realize they getting divorced because that person don't want no kids. It's because you didn't discuss it first.
People, they act out of the moment. I'm so excited, and for some reason, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be excited or anything like that, but sometimes people stay in the wrong moment. And what I mean by that is this: they get so caught up in the moment that they refuse to come down off of this high that they're on right now.
Not even that. Some people, they get married and they worry so much about the wedding that they forget about the marriage. And then when you get married, you're like, why do I even do this? Because you're too busy trying to make a show to people that you forget, oh, I actually don't really love this person as much as I think I do. I'm just happy to be married.
Right.
Because you wanted to be married so bad.
Now, the next thing I want to, address in this area, keep God first. Keep God first in the marriage. Always keep in mind that it's not just the person you're married to. You're married to God as well. You're not getting ready to make a commitment to just that person. You're making a commitment to God, saying, I'm going to take care of this person. I'm going to love them the way you need me to love them. I'm going to tend to them the way you need me to tend to them. You're not just saying, yeah, I do to him or her. You're saying I do to God too. So always keep in mind, how you treat them is also how you're treating God. You keep God first in your marriage by how you're treating them. Don't get me wrong, you also keep God first by, reading together, tithing, going to church, praying, but you also keep God first by how you treat one another. Don't get me wrong, salvation does play a big hand in that. There's no need in doing all that if you never even say yes to salvation yet. But if you keep God first, I can promise you that, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that you won't encounter bad times. You're going to hit some I'm not going to say dry paths, you're going to hit some rough spots. But keeping God first is going to help you stay rooted and remembering to love one another right in the middle instead of attacking one another. Would you mind if I brought it up, Hannah? Yeah. when we first lost Hannah, I was a bona fide wreck. I was a god awful mess. And don't get me wrong, I had my time. I shed a whole lot of tears. I ain't gonna say a few. I cried. I was mad. I was angry. I was going off on folk that probably didn't even deserve it. Yeah, I was just going through a rough time. And there was sometimes I would even get a little frustrated with Martina, not to the point where I wanted to throw her through a window or anything like that. But I was just mad with the whole world. But because we kept God first within our marriage, the things that would normally tear a married couple apart didn't. Because we could. Exactly. It brought us close because He was teaching. And that's another thing. Oftentimes, when I found myself in those moments, and I still grieve over just to get on topic for a minute, grieving is not an overnight process. Take as long as you need, but grieve, But anyway, I would find myself, in just hit by a truckload of emotions out of nowhere. And I didn't know how to handle it. And there would be sometimes Martina be hit, it would just hit her out of nowhere. It's just sometimes how grieving is, But I found myself saying, Lord, I need your help. Teach me how to be strong enough to tend to her, and teach me how to be strong enough to tend to myself and deal with this pain. Because there would be times I would try to run from it, But you can't run from that kind of pain. Eventually, you're gonna have to face up with it, And me doing that was keeping God a part of the marriage. If we keep Him as part of the marriage, you keep God first.